Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Zayan Amani here, the proper tea guy, even though this is just water. Anyway, I just wanted to discuss with you 4 mega projects which are happening in and around the UAE, but which is really going to be a catalyst for Dubai's next boom in the next 5 to 10 years. So please pay attention because you're going to want to know all of this information. So the topics we're going to cover are mega tourism projects, foreign direct investment, and the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. So there's 2 crucial projects happening right now in the UAE. We have the Wynn Casino, which is in Ras Al Khaimah. So in terms of the UAE is split into 7 emirates, one of them the capital being Abu Dhabi, then we have Dubai, which is in the center, and then we have Ras Al Khaimah, which is on the north side. So Dubai is right in between both of these emirates. Now we have the Wynn Casino, which is a $5.1 billion resort project on Al Marjan Island in Ras Al Khaimah. It's set to be finished in 2027, and it's going to be pulling in billions in gaming revenue. It's been forecasted by 2030 that over 5 million visitors will be coming to the casino and into Ras Al Khaimah alone, which is showing that there's huge demand. But the good thing is for us investors that there's not enough supply right now, or in 2030 that is going to match that demand in terms of supply. There's something called the Wynn effect, which is basically like when a Wynn casino pops up in a region, what does actually happen to the surrounding areas, to the microeconomy, to the macroeconomy, things of that nature. So for example, we have Macau. Once Wynn Casino was introduced in Macau, the real estate absolutely boomed and it increased. I'm going to try to see if I'll show a screenshot here as well so you can see the data. Macau has 33 casinos and it is 50 to 60% of their GDP is just from gaming revenue, over $24 billion in gaming revenue. Then we have Vegas with over 120 casinos. They have $9 billion of gaming revenue. And then we have Singapore, which has 2 casinos, $6 billion in revenue, 13 million visitors per year. Now look, this is going to be the first casino in the whole of the UAE, and it's in a country which is attracting the most millionaires worldwide. Now you can imagine the accessibility is 80% of the world can get to Dubai or the UAE in an 8-hour flight, 70 to 80% of the entire globe. Now there are so many countries in Asia, obviously in Europe, that don't have world-class casinos. This is going to be the best casino in the world, hands down, because if you can imagine how the Emirates already do things, all of the top luxury brands are going to be on Al Marjan Island. We have JW Marriott, we have Ushuaia, we have Jacob & Co residences, we have Ellington. We have so many luxury branded residences on this island already, and they already know the future. If they're betting on the success of Al Marjan Island and Ras Al Khaimah, they've obviously done their research and they've done their studying, so you definitely should be thinking about making your move as well. Since 2022, the announcement of Wynn Casino, the price per square foot has absolutely tripled, around 700 dirhams per square foot, and now trading prices are above 2,500 dirhams per square foot. On Al Marjan Island specifically, projects right now, 2025, are starting from around 3,000 dirhams per square foot. According to financial experts, there is forecast to be 10,000 dirhams per square foot by 2030 on Al Marjan Island. This isn't even a far-fetched idea because we can see on the Palm Jumeirah, for example, there are properties which are above 10,000 dirhams per square foot. There are some in Bulgaria Islands, for example, which is trading above 16,000 dirhams per square foot. So if you can take Ras Al Khaimah, Al Marjan Island, limited supply, waterfront, sea views, luxury living, all branded residences with the biggest casino in the world that is going to be there, it's quite likely that it's going to be 10,000 dirhams per square foot, if not more. So that's what I wanted to just say in terms of there's a mega project that's going on in Ras Al Khaimah, and of course we have the connection from Dubai only being an hour away from Ras Al Khaimah. Now the second mega project is in Abu Dhabi. This is Disney. Disney has just been announced that it's coming into Abu Dhabi. Now this is massive because if you can imagine, there is something called the Disney effect. Disney doesn't just choose anywhere. There's not loads of Disneys around. So like obviously we have Disneyland Paris, we have Disney in Tokyo, we have Disney in Florida, and we have Disney in Hong Kong. There's no other places. So this is going to be, I believe, the 5th destination. Now this is going to be the best and the biggest waterfront Disney that they're doing. So they're actually going to have this Disney on the water on Yas Island. This has never been done before. And you know that the Emirates, they do everything the best. And it's going to be on Yas Island, which is the entertainment hub of Abu Dhabi. We have Ferrari World there, for example, Sea World, for example, and all of these attractions which attract families and holiday makers just specifically to Yas Island, which already has 35 million visitors per year. So Disney always has an economic impact wherever it goes. So this project in particular is $40 billion project. You can imagine how much money, infrastructure is coming into the location just for this project, how many jobs are going to be created, not just before, but after it's built. And then with the Disney effect, prices in the area always increase. As soon as Disney was announced, the price per square foot in Abu Dhabi already went up in the real estate. People who are about to sell canceled their sale because the price has already jumped up by 10% that they could sell their property. So this is a really big deal. So now coming back to Dubai, Dubai is placed strategically in the center of Abu Dhabi and Ras Al Khaimah. And we have Emirates Airlines, which is coming into Dubai. People will be traveling into Dubai and then traveling to Ras Al Khaimah for the Wynn Casino and then to Abu Dhabi for Disney. And of course, all of the other attractions in both of those areas. So the opportunity not just to invest in Abu Dhabi is huge, not just to invest in Ras Al Khaimah is huge, but to invest again in Dubai as the central hub of these locations is absolutely huge. And people think that they don't want to invest into Dubai because it's oversupplied. It's not oversupplied if we look at the data. The demand is far outstripping the supply right now. So that's not a concern. They're not actually building enough, but they are building the most. Okay, so let's consider that, but they have to build the most because they are attracting the most. The population is growing by 1,000 residents per day. There's not 1,000 units being built per day. They just can't keep up with this. Yeah, there's not even 200 units being built per day. So we need to consider this, okay? Anyway, nowhere in the world do you have a Disney and a world-class casino, which is only a 2 hours drive from each other or a 1 hour drive from Dubai to each of them. This doesn't exist. So you can imagine the amount of economic shift and the economic impact that these two tourism mega projects is going to have in the region is unbelievable. That's why so many people have already invested already invested in Ras Al Khaimah, already investing into Abu Dhabi. But that doesn't mean that the opportunity is gone. These projects are just starting. By 2031, 2033, we'll see the Disney project being completed. By 2027, early 2028, we're going to be seeing the Wynn Casino being completed as well. So there's still so much time to get involved. And of course, once the project is built, that doesn't mean that everything stops growing. It continues to grow. It's just an extra pillar in the real estate sector to grow your assets. So you want to be positioned by mega projects like this. Okay, look, now I want to just go over FDI, which is foreign direct investment. With foreign direct investment, you know, these are just businesses which are investing into real estate, they're investing into infrastructure. Businesses, for example, like Singapore, for example, they actually attracted so much foreign direct investment that they are now a huge pillar of the global economy. In 2020, Dubai introduced foreign business ownership, which was now allowed to be 100% owned. You don't have to actually be partnered with a local. So that was an amazing opportunity for investors and foreign direct investment. In 2022, there was $23 billion of foreign direct investment. By 2023, there was $30 billion of foreign direct investment, which is a 20% increase from the year before. And then in 2024, there was $45 billion of foreign direct investment, which is a 50% increase. Now, the reason that is because of all the political stability, because of the economic growth, because of the 4% GDP growth last year. It's absolutely crazy. And the fact that we have no tax here, it's very easy to set up a business. All of these numbers are from the World Investment Report of 2024. So the UAE is the largest recipient of foreign direct investment globally, which is absolutely insane. Like, this place is just a small country in the whole of the world, but it's attracting the most foreign direct investment, and it's only like 30 years young. This country is absolutely dominating, and it's because of the leadership. The leadership is absolutely smashing it, whereas all the other countries have so many people that rules and laws and regulations and infrastructure deals or whatever have to go through. But here in the UAE, if something needs to be done, they're all probably on a phone call and like, cool, this sounds good, let's do it. And the UAE is the #1 for greenfield FDI, which is like startup businesses. You know, it deepens the talent pool in the region. Hospitality, renewable energy, education, real estate, technology, logistics, and so many more. And all of this is just shifting away from like oil. They knew that the oil wasn't gonna last forever, so they had planned what they're gonna do with their money. They're reinvesting it into the country, into the people, into the infrastructure to build a mega metropolis. And then we have DIFC, which is the Dubai International Financial Center. There are 75 hedge funds, 48 of them having over $1 billion in management and in assets. And then of course we have fintech, we have innovation, which has seen a 30% increase in 2024, which is absolutely wild. Now lastly, we have the India Middle East Economic Corridor. This is probably one of the biggest things that I can say why Dubai is going to be absolutely huge in terms of an investment location globally. Now this agenda was backed by the US and the UN in 2023. Now just to give you a bit of a background, like maritime shipping routes, most of it was actually going through this one place called the Suez Canal, which is 200 meters wide and 190 kilometers long. 30% of the global trade was going through this, of shipping container trade was through this canal. And in 2021, as you could probably remember, there was a shipping container that ran aground and it turned and it blocked the whole Suez Canal for 6 days. And now this highlighted the weakness in the trade, a weakness in the shipping routes, and it also made supply chain chaos. Millions of dollars was lost because of this one blockage. So for the IMEEC, they're building a corridor from India to the Arabian Gulf and then to Europe. So they're combining maritime shipping routes with high-speed rail. So this is going to reduce shipping time by 40% and reduce costs by 30%. And all of this is going to be running through UAE and through Dubai, which is unbelievable. So not only all of these other mega projects I was talking about, but this is the biggest one because we're talking about a huge portion of the global supply chain is going to be running through the Middle East. And this is going to be increasing infrastructure, it's going to be increasing green tech, solar energy, rail systems, pipelines, digital logistic platforms. So now this is actually creating a resilient future for the future global trade. You have to understand this. That is absolutely key information when we're talking about investing into the UAE and Dubai more specifically. The places to invest, the Jebel Ali port, as it is in the center of all of this trade. And then we're going to have capital inflows for this location. We have port expansion, rail linkages, industrial parks, etc. This will create over 100,000 jobs in all of the sectors that I've mentioned previously. This is going to fuel strong demand, not just for commercial real estate, but also residential real estate as well. So all of these three projects that I've just mentioned, including the FDI, is a restructure of the valuation of Dubai in the long term. So like we're talking 5, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Like, these are all huge projects, huge deals, which is going to be making Dubai a huge pillar in the global economy. It's just multi-dimensional gains. Now the specific locations of real estate. So of course we have Abu Dhabi, we have Ras Al Khaimah, and I have projects in both of these areas which are primed for capital appreciation and high rental returns. And then we have Creek Harbour in Dubai, we have Maritime City, we have Expo City as well, we have Dubai South, where the new Al Maktoum airport is going to be the largest airport in the entire world. There's going to be long-term appreciation in all of these areas. This is a rare window to assess all of these areas and assess really where are you putting your money. Because if you're going to be putting your money in a country like the UAE, where they have all of these plans in place right now, it's only a smart decision. It's very difficult to go wrong in this. And knowing this information is just a key strategy for future upside. What we need to do is position capital early, which my investors are doing, and myself, and not just in the real estate sector, but all of the other industries that I have mentioned previously. Because in the next 5 to 10 years, everything is going to be changing massively. And if you get in early, the early bird always gets the worm. First mover's advantage always. Anyway, guys, I don't want to make the video much longer than that. I just wanted to give you these key projects which is happening in Dubai. I don't think many people are talking about them. So we have the Disney effect, we have the Wynn effect, we have foreign direct investment, and we have the IMEEC, all happening in this region, which is why you really need to consider diversifying your global portfolio into the UAE, whether it's Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Ras Al Khaimah. This is a key window of opportunity for future generations. If you're interested in having more information about specific projects that I have in these locations, I do have entry-level investments all the way from 1 million dirhams all the way up to 25, 40, 50 million dirhams. So depending on your risk appetite, depending on your investment portfolio, we can have a conversation and just really understand what it is that you're looking to do for your future, for your family. My details are below. You can book a Calendly. My WhatsApp details are below also. And I look forward to speaking with you, and I'll see you on the call.